I went to Dubai for 7 days. I had a dream to see the desert, to go to Burj Khalifa, to visit the Abu Dhabi mosque, Louvre and a big park. Also living in Al Dubai and see the whole Arabic Emirates. Meeting interesting people to talk about properties with people who are working in this niche and expand my borders in my brain to see this big city, which gives you a big opportunity to see the luxury life and get motivations to take big action. In this video you will see my 7 days journey in Dubai in Arabic Emirates. You will see the difference between rich areas of Dubai and poor areas where live immigrants from Pakistan and India. Enjoy the video. And now I'm in a plane. On average it took 7 hours to go to Dubai. During the way they gave us some food. It was my first time traveling with Emirates. We came to the Terminal 3. The airport itself, it was very similar to airport in Istanbul. It's really big. The airport is really big. We stayed in the queue because the system that provides automatically control doesn't work. But anyway, we came to Dubai. The wagons or metro they bought from Japan. It's so hot. We just went out of metro and it's so hard. I think today it's plus 17, but it feels like plus 27 degrees and it's evening. I cannot imagine what will happen in the day. It's so unusual to feel this temperature because in Europe it was too cold. The temperature in Europe was plus 12 degrees, but here is much more harder. The summer is back. Even here you can buy cryptocurrency. It's time to buy. This is our hotel. Our hotel located in Al Dubai. Actually when I booked it I thought it was a center, but it was far away from center. We should every day use a metro, 1 hour in each direction to go to the center. In our first day we came to the mall. But it wasn't the main mall, it was in another mall, it's a smaller one. But even though it's really big, it's like a small town. But another one, it's really big. I didn't get it for 1 day. Because of the high temperature, a lot of people go inside and they just feel themselves like in a town. They go to the restaurant, they go to the cinema, and also go into the gym in the mall. A lot of goods in Dubai are cheaper because there is no tax, and the gasoline, for example, it costs 70 cents per liter. So if you want to buy something cheaper, go to Dubai. After mall, we wanted to go to Burj Al Arab. This is the most famous hotel in the world and also most expensive hotel. Outside was about 30 degrees, about zero. It was not so hot. I was curious if we can swim outside in this day. So we took some wet clothes with us and hoped to swim. On the Google Maps we found some beautiful park by the hotel and we just take a walk there. The city is huge. To going somewhere you can see on the map some distance, but if you don't look on a kilometer, you have to plan maybe 4 times more to go from one place to other. It's a nice view on a hotel Burj Al Arab. This is this hotel what was I talking about. We tried to go inside, but unfortunately, only guests who lives in a hotel haven't access there. But we found another one. It is a hotel Jumeirah, and we went inside. And not far from a hotel, we found a beach, a really nice beach. Actually, it's funny to swim in the middle of November in the sea. It's the first time that I swam so late outside. And now I'm in front of the famous hotel and the most expensive hotel in the world. It's called Burj Al Arab, and it was my dream to film some videos in front of this hotel. It's my first time in Dubai, but the hotel where I live maybe 10 kilometers far away from this place, and there's a lot of immigrants. And these immigrants, they are actually from India, from Bangladesh, from Pakistan. I had this feeling like I am not in Dubai, but like I am in Pakistan. But here in this part of the city, everything looks differently, because here is the place where money flows in. I think in Dubai, the population is 90% of population are immigrants, maybe more. And I can see also a big difference between poor people and rich people, because poor people, like, they earn not a lot of money. And now I met a girl, and she has been living there for almost 2 years, and she said to me like, I don't worry, I don't care, I don't work, I am housewife, I just sitting at home, eating some meal and do nothing. But my man came here with an offer from work. And she said, like, if you have enough money, it's good to live in Dubai. If you don't have enough money, don't come here, because you will be working for very less amount of money. You will be earn nothing. Find a job and to get an offer. Then after getting the offer, you can came to Dubai and work and earn money. I asked her, what's about business? She said, for business, you have to pay about 5% of taxes. I don't know if she meant it for all kinds of business, but about the business I didn't actually understand. I heard a lot that a lot of bloggers are moving here because they don't need to pay any taxes. They pay just zero taxes from making videos, from making content. And also some crypto investors, they are also moving here because they don't need to pay taxes. It's such a great opportunity to move here. But actually, I don't like this city too much, at least after my 1 day of experience visiting this city, because here's really big difference between poor people and rich people. Here is like the poor Dubai and the rich Dubai. And the rich Dubai is actually, if you want to go into the mall, kind like in Europe. Maybe the malls in Europe, maybe they're a little bit smaller, but like you can buy some brands like Apple and other stuff almost for the same price. Maybe here you can also buy it a little bit cheaper, like in Europe. Like buildings and the roads, the infrastructure is younger than in Europe. Maybe it's a good to live here, maybe on Palm Island, maybe having a big business in Europe, and then just live here and enjoying the life. Because here behind me, there are a lot of houses, really rich houses, and they really looks great. In front of houses, there is really big yachts. Maybe 2 yachts are like one house from the size. What about public transportation in Dubai? There is two roads of metro. It's a red one and green one. They are really big, and the most sightseeing are not far from red road of the metro. To get inside, there is a lot of people. You can just stay in metro, and actually you don't need to not falling down. The other people hold you, because it's too less space. The metro is really cheap. For 20 minutes of metro, I paid about $1.50. The metro is also okay, it's a little bit beautiful, but the better transportation would be by car. But if you use a car, there is a lot of traffic also. Yeah, it would be nice to try to live in this hotel at least one night. I think I saw the price, it's about 600 per night, per room. But one day I will live here, at least one night. I will try it. The water, it's really warm. I think it's 25 degrees. It was really enjoyable to swim here. And now we have a sunset. It looks really nice. During these days, I want to visit a future museum, which is in Dubai, and the other museum, it's called Louvre. It's in Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi, it's like another emirate, like another state in Arabic Emirate. To go there, I need to take a bus, and it takes 2 hours. But the problem there, to go inside, you have to buy tickets 2 or 3 weeks before. I want to go there now and ask if I can buy a ticket for like tomorrow or a day after tomorrow, because I really like history and some kind of museums, and I would like to go inside. You can enjoy this beautiful sunset. In the hotel it was a nice breakfast, but the dinner, it's really terrible. It's so spicy, and to have a dinner I waited about 30 minutes before dinner was ready. And today I will do like this. I will first order a dinner, and then I will go to the gym, work out for 15 minutes, and then go back to the dinner. And my dinner will be ready at that time when I will go back. So think smart. Today I hope to see Burj Khalifa, and also there is some fountains. They are very famous. I will record them also. On next day we decided to go to Marina beach. It's the other area in Dubai. It's very famous because a lot of bloggers film their videos in this area. This is the area where a lot of yachts and also expensive cars. A lot of restaurants admire foreigners with money lives there. Behind the couple you can see a black box. I will talk about it in this video. Actually here we wanted to go to the Ferris wheel, but unfortunately it was closed. It was only a beach. The next station it would be the Marina beach, where there is a lot of yachts and parties. This is it. Dubai is a special city because it has a lot of center. The first center is Burj Khalifa. The second center is Marina beach. This is the place where money flows in. Thank you Dubai for a nice experience, I thought in this time. Today we are going to take a car. We will pick up it from airport and we'll go just to the desert. Today it will be a little bit windy, but still warm. I hope it will be a nice day and we will come back safe. For one day we paid $75. The gasoline here should be very cheap. So this is our car. We rented. It was a lot of problem with payment because we needed to give a credit card, and it was a debit card, and then we sent it money from one account to other account, and it took maybe 1 hour until we rented eventually. So now we just stopped somewhere, I don't know where, and we have just to check the map and look where we will go. So let's go! It was my dream being in the desert and seeing these dunes. Found on a map a museum, and at far from museum we find 2 cars, 2 really big cars. Those cars you can go through the desert. No worry that you cannot go back. The entry to the museum costs $10. Here you can see how dunes are created. And these animals you can see in the desert. I can't imagine how they live there in summer where the temperature is +50. But from November until I think until April, the temperature is really good and it's enjoyable to live there in this time. Seeing on a desert it gives me a lot of energy. I don't know how can I explain it, but I really like it. I want to go back next time and really enjoy the desert. We just came to desert. The temperature is actually not so hot. It's a little bit windy, and I visited a museum. It's like a desert museum. Inside it was the showcase how desert looks like, with animals, birds, how it looks like in the night. Now I'm sitting here. Actually it's not so hot, because I heard in the summer here is very hot, that you can cook eggs on the bottom here. Sometime I want to go to the desert, go in a big dune and ride on a board, like snowboarding, but boarding. The plan for today is to go maybe to the border to Oman, it's the next country to Arabic Emirates, and then to go to the other country to Saudi Arabia and just look this country. Maybe it will be a little bit boring, but it was my dream to see the country, to see not only Dubai with skyscraper, but also see the nature of Dubai, Arabic Emirates. And I think now it's a perfect time to do it, because it's not so hot. It's already warm, enjoyable warm. And by the way, yesterday a friend of mine gave me a number of a real estate manager or makler, I don't know how to say it, like a girl from Ukraine. She has been living there for almost 9 years. She works in the real estate investment agency. I just wrote her that I want to meet her and to talk about Dubai's property, and she said I can send you a car that will pick up you and bring to my office. And I said okay, and then a big Mercedes picked up me and brought to her office, and the office was really nice. The name of the office called XXL Capital or something like that. She told me about properties, how you can buy it, because there's some difference between some areas in Dubai, because some areas, if you buy property there, it's only to be yours for 100 years, but other areas you will buy the property on these areas and the property will be yours forever. Then you can also take some mortgages from the bank, but without fee, without any interest, and you can just pay these mortgages within 6 years. She also talked about the situation with the school, because some areas where there is a lot of schools, they're expensive, because a lot of parents with their children want to live not far from school. That's why the price goes up for real estate. And if you just invest $200,000, you will get this money back within approximately 7 or 8 years. So it means the ROI, return on investment, about between 10 and 12% yearly. And the Dubai city, the government want to build it bigger, maybe 2 times bigger than now, and it will grow. So nobody knows it will happen, but they plan to do it so. There are some ideas like to take some mortgage in Europe and then bring the money here and buy some properties, some real estate, and rent it. You can also bring your money here like in a bag. You can send the money in cryptocurrency like USDT. There is so many ways to do it so, at least now, but I think in the future government will control it. But there is some good news, because if you will send money from Europe to here, the Dubai's government don't have any responsibility to inform European government that you brought the money here. But there is only 2 countries that have the access to the information because of your money, and these countries are US and Canada, fortunately. But from Europe, you can take money from Asia and invest in Dubai. And from my first day of experience, because I live in old Dubai, in the old area of Dubai, and there is a lot of Pakistan people from India, and it's not like a Dubai, because I had this feeling like I'm in Turkey or in some Asia country like India. But on the other side, it's really nice to buy, and I take my words back that I said it's that the whole malls and city center are like just in Europe. No, they don't look like in Europe because they are really huge. One center, one mall, it's like, it's so gigantic, it's like the whole city. It's really big. And now it's time to go further with the car because we rented only for one day, and at the night we have to give it back, so we don't need to waste our time. Then we went further and we saw camels. The first time in my life we saw camels just on the road. And look, on the right side you can see 3 small camels. Such a beautiful thing. Bye camels. Actually, I didn't anticipate it that we can see the mountains in the desert. And they was actually really big, I think approximately 1 kilometer. Mountains created another climate zone, and it was like savanna not far from the mountains. There are some tunnels, but what I can see from highways of Dubai, they are really nice. You can ride, I think, approximately 120 kilometers, and their highest speed limit is 140. Here we saw a couple of private schools. And after the mountains we came not far from the beach on the other side of Dubai, behind the desert, and here it was not so rich life like in Dubai. We came through desert to the other side of Arabic Emirate. Here is totally different nature. There is a lot of mountains, and those kinds of mountains I saw only in films about Afghanistan. It's very interesting, and the climate is here a little bit colder. It's not so hot, and the quality of the roads are impressive. Now the plan is we will go along the border with Oman, and I hope we will not cross it. These big huge things, I think there is gasoline or gas. I didn't anticipate mountains, but I didn't anticipate also rain. Yesterday the night it was a little bit rainy, and now we have a lot of water. I see it the first time in my life, so that so much water is on the street. But I think they have a problem with the delivery of dirty water like canalization, and they just didn't build it. That's why we have this problem with so much of water. I couldn't imagine those Dubai like this with a lot of water. It's like typhoon in Asia, but it's in Middle East. And this is the old Dubai. It's the place where Dubai started to grow. So we can see like how they looked before the city or the town started to change the look. It's difficult to imagine, but Dubai before his growth looked like this. It was not so big city. It was a small town, not far from the beach. It was a port, and they just trade some goods from Asia to Europe. We wanted to find a museum, but unfortunately it was closed. Here's a funny street between 2 houses, really small. Actually, we wanted to go to Abu Dhabi. It's the next emirate, not far from Dubai. And we had a little bit of time, and we was trying to go to Museum of Future, asking if you can buy some tickets to go inside. In the center, when you go outside from metro, you just go directly in a tunnel because it's very hot, and government are providing people to not overharden themselves outside in summer. We bought some national Arabic clothes on the market. The guy who sold it to us, he just gave us to try it, and we take some selfies, and then he said you can buy it for $50 for one piece, and we said no, we will buy it for $10. And then he said no, 20. We said no, we will buy it for $10. And then he sold it us for $10. So we negotiated the price from 50 to 10. And today we are going to meet the guy who created an app on AI technology, but I'm unsure that there's any AI technology inside the app because he sent us a link, and in this link We found some information about drones and we want to invite him to a restaurant and to talk with him. And by going to the restaurant, we will put on these clothes what we bought, like national clothes, and it will be very funny. Now I'm in the most famous museum of Dubai, and this is a museum of future. But unfortunately, it is booked, almost busy, and to go inside, you have to book it 1 month before. So it's good reason to visit Dubai next time. So now we decided to go directly to Abu Dhabi. And here's again a little bit water. And this problem with water, it's actually not far from Burj Khalifa, as you can see behind these old buildings on the other side. To go to Abu Dhabi, we took first metro and then we took a bus. One day we were wearing these Arabic clothes and it's very actually comfortable. Today I'm in Abu Dhabi Emirates and I'm visiting now the Louvre Museum. It's the biggest museum in this area and I think it would be like the real Louvre in France, in Paris. I'm very excited about it. So it's a small model of the Louvre Museum from outside, and here on this video you can see how it was building. And it was like first stadium, second stadium, third stadium, and in the end, voila. I was visiting real Louvre in Paris. There it was also Egypt at the beginning with a lot of mumia and pharaohs. And then came Greek mythology, Persian, some Chinese culture. Also very old books. I really like looking on a map. Here's some middle-age pictures. Said I really like looking on the map. That's why I filmed a lot of maps, and these maps, it was like many years ago, created by people, and it was really amazing because they didn't have some satellites to look on our planet, but even though they created it, it's really amazing. And this is a Japanese style, like some samurai. And in America. After that we went outside to see the big roof above me, and the Louvre was built on the water. I noticed that in Arabic Emirates they do like to build a lot of things on the water. Next building on the territorial Louvre, when I went it was like some building for children, but it was really nice. I felt like I am in a Star Wars. And this whole light around me, especially this, I find it very super. It was interesting, but not so interesting like in Paris, because in Paris it was the best museum in the world. And now we have time, because first I thought we need more time to visit this museum, but we are done with it, and now we will go in a national park, which is 10 kilometers far away from here. We couldn't buy a ticket for a bus because it was very complicated and we didn't have any cash with us. So we just took a taxi. Taxi was not expensive. But anyway, we are in a park and it's some park. The water is very salty and these trees are just in the salty water. This is the nature. It wasn't allowed to eat or to drink something. That's why we just try to find the place where there is no cameras and staying and just drink and eat some foods. national park with the salt water, and here are a lot of mangrove trees. This is a salt water, and there are some fish swimming there, and the water goes outside into the sea. If you wanna visit this park, I think you can take a time, and it takes about 1 hour. Then I was texting to a taxi driver, they brought us here, and we went to the biggest mosque in Abu Dhabi. But unfortunately it was not easy to go inside without one thing that we didn't have. I'm visiting the biggest mosque in Abu Dhabi. I think it was built by government, and to go inside the mosque you have to wear trousers. But I don't have any trousers, I am wearing this one. But I didn't know about it, so I bought it for $5 so I could go inside. And the mosque is really huge, and inside there is not a lot of people, so let's go to visit there. Here it was a lot of people, a lot of families, and yes, we just went inside. This woman asked me if I can make some picture with her man, and I did it. Why not? You're welcome, ma'am. There is some areas where wasn't allowed to go there, especially here in the center of Moscow. It was only allowed to go until this place and take some photos of what I did it. And then we went to the left side to go inside of Moscow. Almost in the whole area of Moscow, on the bottom it was carpet. And on the top, three big, not so big, three huge lamps. Left from the mosque outside it was such a small park where actually it was not allowed to go and walk, but I didn't know it and we went on the other side, and I just took this video. And on the next day, it was actually the last day, we also took our clothes, our national clothes, and went on the Palm Island, where there is a lot of expensive cars, yachts, and also helicopters. This hotel is also very famous. There are two ways to go on the Palm Island. At first, you can drive a car, and the second one, you can take some kind of metro. But in comparison to other metro, this metro is, I think, twice or 3 times expensive than other metro. This is actually the Palm Island, and there is a lot of private houses, but actually here also live just normal people. And these houses from left side and from the right side, it's a very nice alley, and so I feel myself here on alley. It was also very nice. The Palm Island is huge. There is a couple of streets, and on these streets just live just normal people, and on the other street, the parallel one, there is a lot of hotels. As you can see, the right for me is a bridge. It's a metro actually.
And with these clothes, people look for you differently. Just today I've been in metro, and then a guy came to me, maybe 55 years old. And then he asked me, how can I get to the Palm? And I had the same direction. And then I helped him to buy the silver card for metro and went with him also to Palma. During the road, he told me about his life. I just was listening to him. He was from Russia and worked as an entrepreneur. And then I asked about his life, what he was doing, and he said, I have the nature of entrepreneur. Since he was 5 years old, he tried to buy something for the less price and sell something for the highest price. And then as he get money from his marriage, he invested this money in his business. Like he bought some chocolate from Turkey and brought it to Russia. And he told that he invested $9,000, and after 1 month he made from $9,000 $30,000. And he told a lot of different stories from his life. And the main advice from his life I noticed is like, you have to do something for your life to change your life, not just sitting down in one place, but taking some action. Because if you don't do any action, you will be on the same place in 1 year and 10 years. You have to create yourself, not just work for somebody else. Then he invited us to the restaurant and we drank some beer, and he told us amazing stories. And now I'm being on Palm. This is an amazing place because the concentration of luxury cars, the concentration I never saw before. Like here's Lamborghini, some Mercedes, and here behind me there is a lot of yachts. People just swimming on some stuff in the ocean. It's not an ocean, but it's like sea. And it's so big motivation to have to live those life like people live, because in order to achieve something you have to have such a big reason at first to see this style of life, and then you get energy, and energy push you to take an action. Today is my last day. Unfortunately, I didn't get to the top of Burj Khalifa, but I hope I will do it next time when I will go to Dubai, and I will certainly do it in the future. And I also want to rent a car next time, a big car, maybe some jeep, and go to the desert to see a big dunes and to go on these dunes, on the top of these dunes. It would be such a nice experience. And I know sure this vacation, this 1 week vacation, will change my life, because it changed the ability of thinking. It breaks the border, what I created through my life. It gives motivation to take an action for the future. If you haven't visited Dubai, I would like to recommend you to visit this amazing place.
If you are still watching my video until here, I would say really thank you for watching. It was my first big video, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, take care.